Hi everyone, Kathy Maxon. Today we're going to revamp something that I have made already in the past. They haven't sold. I'm probably just going to put this one on my front door. The Dollar Tree has those thin, maybe felt-like patterns of whatever. So they have a bunny. And what we did, I made the background light pink. Did all this with spray paint. You put the stencil, I called it a stencil, but you put that felt piece down and then you spray over it, and everything that was hidden by the stencil then stays that color. So I didn't like it. It was a square. I did have like a little bow here at the bottom. He drilled a couple holes down here, and so they didn't sell. I have like 3 of them. So this is what we did. I had hubby cut out the shape of the bunny to give it more instead of the square. And then down here at the bottom, I had him cut out, you can see the 2 holes here that we had for, I had a big bow down at the bottom. I had him put in some slats. So we're going to use this as kind of like a bar to decorate. Let's cut some mesh. This is the mesh we will be using. I'm going to cut them at 22 inches long. I got my my mat, my tempered glass, and I got my wood burning tool. So we're going to cut and wood burn at 22. And then what I'm going to do is take, this is a 10-inch piece. I'm going to fold it in half, put the factory edges together. I'm just clipping them for now, just to hold them in place for me. And then I'm going to wood burn the end. So it's going to fuse the 2 ends together, or the folded half. So you see how that fused that end. I'm going to do the same on this side. It's on. You can see how it's smoking. This is why you need to do this in a ventilated room. And there you have that. So then the piece ends up being about 5 inches wide. So we can leave it folded in half. And then what I'm going to do, we're going to accordion. So I'm just going to see how I'm accordioning it? And this one, I kind of want the raw edges to go in one direction. So I'm going to have those at the bottom. So then we're going to use a pipe cleaner. You can make smaller pleats. So I'm just going to make sure it's nice and tight. And so then we really kind of have a ruffle, but it's not as big. It's not the big 10-inch, it's only like a 5-inch. If you have 5-inch mesh, that would work perfect. So I'm making. So I got the mesh cut. So we cut it at 22 inches. I folded it in half. And then we made little 5-inch ruffles, is more or less what they were. So when we folded them in half, you're going to have one side, we fused it together. You're going to have one side that is the folded part, which actually I think I'm going to put that side to the inside, because remember the mesh, it just wants to stick to everything. So I'm going to put it over as far as I can through my slat, and all I'm going to do is crisscross it, but I want to bring these back up because we're going to put ribbon tails, and then we're going to put a bow. So I wanted something smaller. So if you have 5-inch mesh, this would be perfect for 5, 5.5, or whatever, whatever the size is. So then we have it here, then we can put our ribbon tails in right in that. So then I'm just going to continue on. I think I cut 4, so we'll see if 4 is going to fill it. But you see, if I use the 10-inch mesh, how it would have covered its face. I mean, I'm already cut off the chin of it, so see how the mesh is going to just stick to each other. I want to kind of slide it over. Crisscross it in the back. And actually pushing it down then is going to help as well. Crisscross it, and then I'm going to stick these back through, because we're going to come back this way. Because we're going to put some ribbon tails and a bow. So you still kind of see it, it's just going to have a little fluff down here at the bottom. So let me finish this up. I may have to do a 5th piece. So I think I'm just going to leave the 4. You can't really see the base. You can't see the holes. So I have some plain purple. We have some plaid. And then I have this floral that's going to just bring out the pinks and the purples. So I think I'm just going to do the ribbon tails with the purple and the plaid, because this is going to bring out the orange and that color in that ribbon. How long are we going to cut them? So we're going to cut our pieces. We're going to cut them, let's just be safe and cut them 11 inches. So I straightened out the ends. That's the top. I'm just going to cut them both at the same time. 11 inches. Let's make sure. Let's dovetail our ends, fold them in half. We're going to cut from the fold to the open end up at a diagonal. So we're just going to crisscross these. Well, let's find the center. Center's about there. That might be way too long, huh? I thought 5 inches would be good. Those are kind of too long. Let's cut them down. Being brave and cutting them all at the same time. So these are like 8.5. I think I want the plaid on the top. And I don't think I got in the center. So we're just going to crisscross them in all four. We'll be back. Okay, I got my 4 pieces cut. Again, I just folded and finded the center. If you want, we can do it opposite of the one next to it. Those. So we just did little X's. And then, do we do a bow with this? Or maybe do we just make a bow with these 2 colors? What do you think? So like this one looks a little too long. I probably didn't do a good job folding it in half, so I am going to cut it off a little because that's going to hide its face. I think this purple one I got to cut back a little over here, the first one we put in. I don't really like that I'm matchy-matchy. Whoopsie. Okay, I didn't really like that I was matchy-matchy. You know me, I like to match, but... So I don't think, I really think this one is going to be too long now. I'm trying to, I know I didn't leave myself much room. Just going to twist the pipe cleaners. And then cut them off. Snip some pipe cleaners. And then I'm going to tuck it under. So it's going to go back behind the ribbon. Okay, I don't think I'm going to use my floral. Now that I see it all together, I don't really like it. But we will make a bow with tails out of these 2 colors that we have here. So maybe 12-inch tails. I'm gonna shut my wood burning tool off. In case you guys didn't know, if you have a wood burning tool, if you get a potato masher like this, it holds it right in there very nicely. 12-inch tail. I'm gonna pinch, half twist. So that should bring the wrong side up. And then we're going to half twist again. Probably don't want big loops. We don't want to hide. Don't want to hide the little guy's face. So we are, where's my inches? Maybe 3.5 inch loops. Let's like do 3 on each side. So then when we do this loop, we do not have to twist because we're going to do our tail. So I got that twisted in there. I guess you can't really tell this one either. Maybe I'll do these ones a little shorter so we can see the purple a little bit. So but what's going to happen here is, see how our yellow is at the top and the bottom? That's okay. But what we can do, let me... So what I want to do with each of these, actually, I'm going to twist this so that I have like some up and some down on each side. Does that make sense? So it won't look so... So then we can do that. I don't know, just give it. Oh, and then if we're going to do 3, I don't have to do. Just do the tail or twist. Get this up. Crisscross, I'm just going to put it in the back. Crisscross and tie it as tight as I can. And hopefully our tail, yep, hopefully our loops are the same. Pull our tails down. Let's bring over our piece. We're just going to stick it right here in the middle. I'm just going to part these two things of mesh. Turn it over. This is going to be the only one that I have. I'm going to leave the pipe cleaner. Hello. But I'm going to twist it off to one side. So then when I cut it, I can flip it down. So if I use this on my door, it's not going to scratch my door. So it won't scratch anybody's door because that is all the fluffiness of your pipe cleaner. Let's dovetail the ends, or hang on, let's cut them. Let's cut them. I'm going to cut them. I don't know if you saw that. I'm just going to cut them at an angle. So I'm going to leave the long side on the outside. That makes sense. Cut these, that, and then what we can do is roll them, and then when you pull like one section out at a time. We could have made our tails longer if I would have thought about that I was going to roll them. But that's okay. You could even cut them straight across so you don't have that little point. Then fluff our bow. So we did the one that's opposite in the middle. And there we have our bow. So I hope you like this little revamp that I did. I'll try to find a picture of originally how it was in the square, and then maybe post it at the end of the video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.